Donald Trump, known for speaking his mind and not making many friends in the Republican presidential field, often when he does. But there's one thing he's sounding an alarm on most GOP candidates agree on. Take a listen.
One of the biggest questions I get is from people even a little bit younger than you. They're in college. They're doing well. They have student loans up to the neck. They're swimming in these loans. And one of the only things the government makes money of. I mean, honestly, that's probably the one thing the government shouldn't make money on.
Sabrina, you say Trump is right. The government shouldn't profit from student loans.
No, absolutely not. Look, government has gotten into the business of student loans, which has distorted the education market and driven up costs for consumers. In the past 2 years alone, direct government loans for students have increased by 44%. So colleges and universities have absolutely no reason to control or reduce costs, and this is a real problem for students.
And, John, look at the numbers. I mean, from 2010 to 2014, they've been making tens of billions of dollars on student loans.
Well, you know, Trump is wrong, no insight there, but so is the federal government. It should just not be in the business of fleecing the American people for their resources in order to give out cheap loans. Sabrina's right. The Fed should be out of this altogether.
Well, but, Bruce, it's the hypocrisy. You always have President Obama talking about students drowning in education debt, but they're making money off of these students. That's kind of hypocritical, no?
Well, this is not his idea. Actually, this is an idea from Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren, who's been talking about these profiting off student loans. And she takes it a step further and saying if you're going to give these colleges all this federal money, they should have some skin in the game, and they should be maybe paying back part of the student loans if they don't improve graduation rates.
Well, I'm just wondering, to John's point, Mike, why is the government in this business? If it's a profit-making enterprise, why do you need the government in there?
Well, they saw the private market in this industry, David, that was making money. So, you know, they wanted to gouge it and then sell it cheaply as a free subsidy, if you will, to people who want to go to college. But the question for the president is really about his own hypocrisy. Over the years, as the government role in college loans has increased, so has the amount of debt that these college students graduate with.
Yeah,
so, you know, by his own remarks, it's really the government's fault.
So, Rich, the government being in the student loan business is one reason why we pay so much for college education.
Yeah, among many reasons. Way too many administrators per actual teachers is probably the major reason. But look, I think Donald Trump stumbled onto something here. And as an employer, he sees people paying these enormous amounts of money and coming out without any practical education that applies to the business market.
Yeah, well, sometimes everybody stumbles on the truth. Thank you very much, gang. Well, if your boss told you to take all the vacation you want, would you take him or her up on that? Find out if you're like most workers coming next.